Moving on the show, we next have Dipali Ekbote with us. She's done her graduation from St. Xavier's, Mumbai, and done her MBA from Jamnalal Bajaj, Mumbai. She's a proud mother of two, and she's been working in sales and marketing for quite some time. Just to add on to her introduction, she's learned she's a classical dancer as well. So, though she's not going to be talking about dancing, she's going to be talking about the topic branded.
A topic that I'm pretty passionate about. I currently head marketing in a company, but what I do there, I really wish it goes more into the area of branding the way I look at it, and I hope it works that way for all of us in whichever company that we work in. What you see here are brands, logos that I'm sure all of us have come to admire over the years. A lot of these logos belong to companies that have created iconic brands. They've come up in lists of the 100 most valuable brands in the world. Google, for example, recently was rated as having a brand value of $1 billion. That's a whole lot of money we're talking about. What I'm going to talk about is not so much of what are the social media tools, will Twitter work, will Facebook work. I'm going to talk about something very, very simple, something that David Ogilvy propounded when he got into the world of creating brands. And what he said very aptly describes that. It says that you now have to decide what image you want for your brand. Products, like people, have personalities, and they can make or break them in the marketplace. So what I'm going to dwell a little bit about in the next 3 minutes is going to be on brand personality. What really brings about that brand personality? I'm sure you all agree we as individuals have personalities of our own. So how can brands, create those personalities? What you see here is a picture of where the term branding came from. This is livestock, cattle, horses. They were actually burned by the logo of the livestock owner, and people actually differentiated the brand of that livestock. That's how the term brand came to be in the world today. What we're seeing here is that the way a brand actually evolves is that while it takes time to develop a personality of a brand, once it is entrenched in a person's mind, be it through the experiences, be it through the associations, it's very difficult to let go of that. So it's entrenched in the person's mind forever and ever. So the important thing is to really figure out how companies can actually make brands, and maybe extend them into strong, iconic brands. Can they make them eligible for something else? What companies really look for is, can I increase my marketplace from one brand to maybe create something else, which looks similar. I'm not so sure, but like for instance, you can see a lot of similarities over there, but I'm not sure how deep they really run. Okay, an iconic brand, Apple, which we're all familiar with, right? You go to the homepage of Apple, you try to understand about the company, about us. Believe me, you're not going to find it there. Go take a look at it sometime. It talks about what they do. They don't talk about what they are. But at the end of the day, right now, we still have an image, a personality of Apple as an innovative company, as a company that is completely uber cool. There's nothing cooler than Apple. A company that's always looking at content in its products by way of easy navigation, simple functions, and basically very sleek design. A lot of people actually have been drawing parallels between Apple and Google over the years, of how similar their design themes really run. What I actually was interested in understanding was that, how this brand personality of Apple extended itself into its different products. They started with the Mac 1 computers, and they later on, launched the iPods, then the iTunes, and then lastly the iPhones. All of them have been a running success. What was the whole, how were they able to manage this? Was mainly because they looked at the brand relevance. That worked for them every time. They focused on their content. Another company, Starbucks, which has always had a personality of being a warm place for people to feel that it's their third place. After your office and after your home, you meet up there. It's a personalized service. They actually have a barista, who's a coffee bartender who serves you. Very warm place. Where did they go wrong? First of all, they started making it appear in every damn place that you could go to, you know. People no longer thought it was an exclusive club to go to. They no longer had the personalized service, and God, please, they offered instant coffee. Nobody does that in an exclusive place, you know. Were they trying to compete with McDonald's? So this brand extension did not work for Starbucks, for instance. There are some pretty simple ways in which you can figure out which companies have what kind of brand personalities, and a lady named Jennifer Acker came up with these. Very interesting, and I use these kind of to figure out, you know, can you find out, for example, in a category which is where you expect humor, do you see something profound? I find that always when I read Calvin and Hobbes. When you go into a category where you don't expect humor, do you come across that sometimes? All the Bushisms that we read about all the time. Lastly, I'd like to just leave you with some thoughts. These are some of the brands that, you know, we come across. There's Zappos, a company. All their brand personalities about culture of the company, you know, how innovative they are, how interactive they are. The lady there on the side, check on YouTube, is an ad for Dove soap, you know, very, very strong brand of how original and how natural they are. Zuzu's and Vodafone, you know, very, very innovative. What a brand personality that they have. And lastly, Mountain Dew. So it does not depend on which category you belong to. A cold drink can have its own personality even in the overall category of cold drinks, you know. And that's the way you can actually take people from generating just awareness to finally spreading your brand. So I'd like you to leave this thought behind with you that if you are a startup company, you're just getting out, or you're an established company, go back and think about your brand personality. Thanks.